Welcome to the Conquer Food Podcast with Series 2 in our journey with Alex, our long-term Conquer Food camper. Alex, welcome to the podcast again.
Yeah, thank you.
So, you've reached the end of your bootcamp journey.
Yeah.
This is the last day of your 12 weeks before you have your final way out tomorrow. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling?
Very relieved that I got through the 12 weeks. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm excited to go home. I'll be a bit sad to leave because everyone here is so great, the staff, the campers, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go home.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're excited to go home?
Definitely, yeah. Don't know if you can see on my face. I'm very excited to go home.
I think you've achieved everything that you and more that you could have imagined, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
In your time here. If we rewind back to the start, you were a totally different specimen, I'd say, weren't you really? You
Definitely.
had also a lot of injuries that were hindering you, old ones that had become quite chronic. So was there a little bit of doubt in your mind about how you'd cope with those injuries and how your body would react to all of the exercise?
I think so, because for a long time I'd be using past injuries to stop myself from training. So once I'd signed up for the boot camp, I was thinking, well, I will be doing the training. So yeah. I think there was a bit of anxiety at the thought of, I'm going to be pushing like my ankle to new heights, obviously with the training we do. And then obviously if we was doing running or something, the weight I was at, I'd be thinking on my knees, I'm going to be really, really careful of them. But again, once you start, and I was very relieved when I got here that if you have got an injury, you get regressions from the training, and also you'll work us into it. It's not just chuck you in the deep end and open your float. It's you assess where we are, and then you just help us build and rise. And so any doubts soon went when I seen how the training actually went. And you mentioned before actually that the sort of rehab stuff that you've had to do as well was really. It helps you improve your mobility and manage any sort of injuries that you've had, and everything's kind of got better around that, hasn't it? Yeah, and I think you've definitely mentioned it, but just doing rehab as a session is fine. But if you take it on and make it something like a part of your every night or every couple of nights, you really do see the benefits. And I've been first of all, I'm very lucky to go out for this whole process without having a big injury, but really it's down to the effort I put into myself and looking after myself. So I've not had injury, but it's because I've taken care of my body in more ways than one, respecting what my injury was and trying to just get it better and better each week. Yeah.
I mean, it's been amazing. The transformation in you. I mean, as a coach, if I have like a week off from low camp and I come back, I'm always like, geez, the transformation's been unbelievable, hasn't it? You're just sitting here now. Yeah. Hardly recognisable really from the Alex that did the initial podcast with me. And I think at this point it'd be good if we could just get up maybe a still of that podcast and show it to people, and just the difference in the way you look, the glow in your face, your hair, your shape.
I did make some effort with my hair.
Did you?
Yeah.
You had a bit of a blow dry.
Yeah, because when I first did my first podcast, I was still in the buzz cut phase, but now I've had 12 weeks of growing the hair out, so I've got to start looking after it now.
So how does the first week back home look like for you? Because it's obviously quite daunting for people to go home after they've done so long here. You've got things in place. You've got your nutrition. Yeah, I've
got things in place. I've got my routine set with obviously doing the Conquer Food. Smudge, the guy who does it, he's been really adamant that if you've got a routine to go into, it's gonna be a much easy transition. And obviously, I've learned that the routine it might not go to plan, but I know there's things every day now that are just staples that have to happen. Like I need to wake up, obviously. Yeah. Need to have my food to give me energy. I need to train. It's those three things I know that I need to give me the best outlook on the day. And it's like you said, I know now for me, training in the morning is the best way because it's done. Yeah. In one way, it's not leaving it on. And
win the morning, win the day.
You stole off me. I was about to say that. Yeah. Exactly.
It's right though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It affects everything beyond it.
Because 1 o'clock you've done all the training and you just the feeling you get, it's just the endorphins just flowing around. It's just amazing. And it's been 12 weeks drilled into me. And yeah, so I'm a bit nervous because obviously I'm going back to an environment which was not a good place for me at the start. Obviously, I was making a bad environment, but now because I've got this new mindset, new confidence in my training and myself. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but I think that shows that I care.
Yeah,
because I think if I just went back, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I think that I'm stuttering a bit, but because I care about it and I know what I'm going to do. It's not, will I do? It's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm not that nervous. I'm a bit nervous, but more excited and ready just to take on this new lifestyle, show it to everyone back home.
I think that shows a lot of foresight on your behalf, to be honest with you, because if you're blasé, then, what does that mean?
Yeah.
The fact that you are nervous and I think or excited, but they kind of both feel the same, don't they, in some respects?
And also, I'm sure everyone who I go back home to, they can't wait to see me. But I want to show them it's not just because everything's been done for me, which obviously has helped massively. This is me now, and I want to show them when I get home what I can achieve. And even though I've achieved a lot in these 12 weeks, this isn't going to scratch it. Yeah, this is what I really feel. Yeah.
I mean, from me, my input into you has been helping you with the training, which has been a delight. To be honest with you, I don't think you've ever not thrown yourself into anything that any of the sessions. You've always given everything a go. But one thing we didn't touch on last time, which is really important, is for me, you'll probably agree, is the most important thing. It's the mindset and the
100%
looking inside yourself. And that's something that you obviously do with Smudge, our Conquer Food coach. How would you explain that experience? How's it been for you? And how important do you think that's going to be moving forwards?
It's been integral for me because, as I think I said in my first podcast, I was looking for a place to do training. And then when I seen that the Conquer Food program helped work on mindset, I said, why not? Why not give that a go as well? But once I got here, I think I realized I had a few things going on in the old mind. And it's just, it's life-changing because obviously as my body's been changing, so has my mind. So now I can give myself praise, whereas before that would never be a thing. And that's something Conquer Food's helped me with. I'm much more appreciative now of the effort I give myself. And sometimes, I'll say to myself, even though I've lost a lot of weight, look what you've done today at the weight you are. And before, if I'd achieved something, it would be that. So now I'm very much complimentary of myself. And yeah, if I get thrown a bad situation now, I'll just think, well, is there a different way to think about this? It's called reframing. And that's been something really integral to me. So if we was doing push press, for instance, and you said, do 20 of them, and I only got to 15, old Alex been like, failure, you didn't get to 20. Whereas now I'll reframe that and go, well, yeah, I got 15 this time, and I give my all, and that's all I can ask myself. So now next time, I get 16. That's an improvement. And just that little bit of language to yourself it's just opened my world. Just, yeah.
It sounds so simple, but it's so easy to get stuck in those habits.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a way of self-preservation because you're trying to make excuses or, you that being stuck in that negative mindset is almost addictive to some people. And it's not until you step out of it, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I ever used to think like that.
And you're so right. And I'd always say, I'm unlucky. I'd always spout that. I'd spout that to my parents, my friends. And it does become addictive because you think, I am unlucky. Because that didn't happen for me now.
Yeah.
That didn't work out. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. But if you keep telling yourself you're going to be unlucky, you're going to stop looking out for the opportunities that life's going to give you. And once, me and Smudge went through that one of my one-to-ones, I was like, if you keep telling yourself to look for the negatives, that's all you're going to be focused on. So once you take a step back and think, well, there are so many positives in life and there's so many people out there who are living life to the full. Why can't I be one of them? And it was crazy. Like the moment I started thinking I'm going to start looking for a bit more positives in life, they started showing. And yeah, like my cousin, he's opening up a boxing gym soon, and I love boxing. Whereas before, if I'd maybe seen that before, I'd be like, oh, okay. But now to me, that's a positive life. I'm like, oh wow, that's going to work out so well for me now when I get back. And that makes, and I think how lucky that my cousin's opened up a boxing gym and I can use that to the full capabilities. So just addressing where you are, assessing it, and then thinking there's definitely a brighter future out there.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty special.
And at your age as well, how old are you?
24.
Exactly. You know, you just think of the life you've got ahead of you now. Now you set yourself up for that.
Yeah.
And now your world's just got bigger, hasn't it?
Substantially. It's just, it's, I know it's a cringy saying, but I feel like the world is my oyster now. Yeah. And whatever I'm going to do, I just know I'm going to put 100% in because that's what I deserve. I need whatever I do in life now, show my best account of myself, give 100%. And if I come up short or I don't quite get there, at least I can say, well, I give my all, and that's all I can ask. And that's good. That's good for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So moving forwards then, and going home. In fact, no, I want to retrace to something that I wanted to ask you. Would you say that the Conquer Food sessions have been harder than the physical training sessions?
Yeah.
More challenging for you personally?
I think so. Don't get me wrong. There are some really tough training sessions some days, and they do kick your ass. But it's in the Conquer Food, you really got to look at yourself. And sometimes when you obviously been in a way for a long time, and you sometimes realize, well, there is a solution to this. I just got to work at it.
Yeah.
It's having that moment with yourself with, well, are you going to do it? Because it's there. The answer is there. It's not going to be an easy answer. And they have been challenging. And the one-to-ones, especially the first couple, I found really hard being open and honest. But once I said some things or let some things go, the relief then, I honestly think that the Conquer Foods, they help you get better in training because then you're not holding on the emotional baggage of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, there's a weight off your shoulders. So then the next day then you're like, well, I got that off my chest. I probably can lift a bit heavier today now.
Yeah.
Strength and conditioning. I think the Conquer Foods have been more challenging for me, but it's been worth it.
What gives me a lot of hope and belief in you is the fact that you've been willing to go inside and have a look. But behind the scenes with the staff, not always, but a lot of the time we can kind of predict those people that are trying to use exercise as a stick and plaster to their weight and aren't willing to look inside. Generally, they don't succeed or they don't do very well in time. They tend to relapse. But when people are willing to look inside and change their behaviours and the reasons why, their chance in success is so much more magnified. And I think that that's something, which gives me a lot of belief in yourself is the fact that you've been always willing to do that. And I think you've been blessed with the group as well. The dynamics that you've had at Low Camp have been fantastic, haven't they? Yeah.
I think whoever comes to join on Conquer Food, I'm sure they think they'll have a great group, but I can honestly say my group's been special. It's been so supportive. And even, the staff, the DMs who live with us for the week, every one of them is just a special person and they make you feel very comfortable. And even though it's not your house because you're only there for a certain amount of time, you quickly feel like this is our space, this is our comfort zone, and anything can be shared. Or if someone's having a low day, it gets spotted straight away because you can see as a group, because we all care for each other, that person's not having the best day. You either give them a lot of love and support, or sometimes it's a really emotionally intelligent group. You can go, you know what, that person just needs a bit of their own time, because sometimes that's what we need. You don't need someone saying, you're right. Just need a bit of your own time. And my group, they've been really special to me and they've helped me a lot. And
you bond together because you suffer together. That brings you close, doesn't it? And you see everything. The mask slips over time, and there's no judgment at all. At either camp, but particularly at Low Camp because you're together for so long. And again, at Low Camp, what an amazing job the duty managers do. They can go unnoticed and they don't really want to cut into your lives there, as you know, they just want to make sure everything's run smooth. But you know, you've got Georgia,
Jane, Charlotte, Cassie, just
brilliant,
amazing.
How would you say they've looked after you and helped with your experience?
Well, they look after me because I'm 24. I'm still a baby. You know,
compared to everyone else there.
Yeah, my mother's babied me all my life, so I was very nervous thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to do stuff on my own now. But no, it's just a warm blanket. That's what they are. They make you feel
it's a good way to describe them.
Yeah, and they do. Yeah, they don't. I don't think this is in our group. We do notice the effort they put in, but I hope they do realize that we do appreciate them a lot. And because sometimes if they end there or they're on their break, thinking, oh, where are they with? You know, you get a bit antsy because once you see them walking around, you're like, oh, you know, they're there. And if I need to talk to them about something, they'll drop everything, which is the best thing, obviously, because they have got little roles to do in the house and some responsibilities, but campus come first and that's noticed. And again, it just makes the whole experience just so much more. You can really lay your guard down with them as well, which is nice. Yeah,
it's good, isn't it? And so obviously we rotate the DMs, and Smudge is like a permanent feature, the Conquer Food coach. And we also rotate the trainers as well. And that's really good for you guys, because obviously if you had the same trainer for 12 weeks, you'd just drive each other mad. But and each trainer, I believe, brings something different to the program. Yeah. Who would you have had down there? Reg, Molly, yourself. We had Tom for a week. Tom as well, yeah. And how do you find that works with you, with that sort of change in dynamic and personality as well? Yeah, it's good because yourself, we do a lot of strength and conditioning, which I've kind of caught the bug for. I think we talked about in the last podcast. Yeah. Hope I would. Damn right you have. Yeah. And then after that, then Reg come in, and Reg does strength and conditioning, but he'll take, we'll go on really good hikes, and maybe do with you as well, don't I? But Reg is more cardio based, and it's just getting different perspectives. And because Reg is like an ultra runner, he's really big into his running. You get that perspective as well, and he's got running camp starting soon at Bootcamp, and he's going to be in his element, isn't he? Yeah, those poor campers. He's going to put his tight leggings on. Have you seen the tight leggings that he wears? Yeah. They're special. Shocking. Yeah. Like a lizard. But I would say poor campers because he's going to be pushing them so hard, but they're going to be lucky because they're going to get someone who knows his stuff. All the trainers do, but I think Reg and running is pretty apparent. It's something he's pretty he's knowledgeable at. For sure. Yeah. And Molly, she's just energy bunny, energizer bunny. She's just so enthusiastic. Yeah. She knows her stuff as well, which helps. For sure. The regression she gives you, and she'll always do her best to make sure everyone's involved. And obviously some people might have injuries, and she'll do everything in her power to make sure they come and feel part of the group. Yeah. Obviously they are part of the group, but she just wants everyone together as a team effort, and it's just awesome. And just a yes or no answer for this question. Does she talk a lot? Yes. Sounds okay. Moving on then. Yeah. So there's a good mix, good dynamic. I think that's really good for you guys as well. Definitely. Because a change is as good as a rest. You also dip into sessions with Top Camp. That happened today, and actually that was the last session that you've done on your journey. For me, that is a great way to end a week, and a great way for you to end your journey as well. And also it's a good way to compare actually how fit you are now, because during that team challenge, Chris, one of the other trainers at Top Camp, came up to me and he went, "Alex is a machine, man." And he actually reiterated it again at Top Camp, and it was great to see, you stepping up to being the sort of main engine in that team, really. Yeah. And everyone looking at you like, wow, this guy can go for it. That must have felt pretty special for you as well. Yeah, because the first couple of weeks, I'd be definitely looking around, and if there was someone up top from Top Camp who's there for a week who was like super fit, I'd be thinking, oh well, they'll have to lead the team. But the last few team challenges we've done, it's just been, I've been taking on more ownership, and it's again this that self-belief, and that no, I'm pretty good on the rower, I'm pretty good on the skier, pretty good on the assault bike. Yeah, I'm gonna drag the team. Obviously the team I had today was great. Yeah, but I know that when I'm on there, I'm going to give us the best chance. And you were the main man though, weren't you? Let's be honest. Yeah. Yeah, it was. What were your emotions when that last session was done? It was weird because
a little part of me thinking, oh, that's going to be my last training session. But then I was like, well, no, it's not. You train again now on the weekend. It's just not going to be with the campers. And it's a weird feeling because obviously you're so happy that you've gone through the 12 weeks, injury free for myself, and I've given my all. But you see the people that are there for you when you're struggling a bit, or like the support I got, like finishing on the rower.
Yeah,
I was just a little part of me thought, well, I'm gonna have to be my own cheerleader for a bit now.
Exactly.
until I maybe come back for like a week of fight camp or top camp, because that's something that's on my agenda. Just coming back in a couple of months and obviously pushing myself, but maybe just showing everyone that it's not a flash in the pan, that I've been working on myself, and that's here I am.
That's good. Yeah, that gives that accountability then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And hopefully you will do come back, and it is for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But not to say that you're going to go home and you're going to go back to normal life and there's not going to be 4.5 hours of training. So that means that you're going to have to be more disciplined.
Yeah.
And that's something we always talk about. So are your parents geared up to support you? Have your parents learnt through you?
I think they have. My dad, he's changed quite a lot physically since I've been here, and for a long time saying, "Oh, you should weigh yourself. You should see where you are." And he was saying, "Oh no, just I'm all right." But he weighed before Christmas. He weighed, and do I say his weight online? he was in the 19s,
right?
And he weighed 2 weeks ago, and he was in the 17s. So he's lost 2 stone since I've been here.
That's brilliant.
And I can notice it in his change in his body shape. But it was just like, so he's taken on board what I've done, and he's pushed himself, and that just gave me such relief then to think, well, hey, he trained with me anyway, but now he's going to be in a much better shape training. But also the 3 months I've been away, he's been working on himself. And my mum, she's going to support me no matter what, and she's going to help me with my meal prep and just making the house the best environment for me to come back to. And so I've got to know, I'm sure mum and dad are ready for me to, the new Alex to come home.
Brilliant. Definitely. I'm excited for you. It's going to be emotional when they see you next.
Yeah, it's good emotion.
It's going to be emotional tonight because you've got your graduation. Do you want to talk about that and what happens if people aren't aware?
Yeah, so graduation, after you complete your 12 weeks, obviously all the campers gather together. They make Bootcamp make a really nice video for you. I'm looking forward to seeing what clips of me is going to be in there. Lots of sleeping clips, I'm imagining, because I do enjoy a nap.
He likes a nap.
But so then you watch it, and they'll get the campers to give you a nice message. Some of the staff do as well. And it's just like the culmination and the celebration of what you achieved in the 12 weeks. And obviously I've enjoyed everyone's graduations, but the one I've been looking forward to the most is mine.
Yeah, good lad. Own it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, do some karaoke or something, who knows?
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be loads of sparkling water with a slice of lemon.
Slice of lemon, yeah.
Yeah, plenty of singing.
Graduations were still good. I mean, we don't go crazy or nothing, don't worry.
I did one there, I'm not sure if you were there. It was like a hen party. And I swear they literally got drunk on Pellegrino. It was crazy. They made me sing. It was horrendous.
I won't do that to you.
No. Good on you. Just touching back on nutrition, the food, the change, the food here, did you get on with it straight away, or did you have to let your palate adapt?
My palate did have to adapt. One thing I've learned since being here is I am a fuss eater.
Right, okay.
So it's been interesting. I think the chefs, they do their best, and that's all I can ask myself, and they do. And most of the time, people are enjoying the meals. And if I'm now odd one out, it doesn't matter. But no, the food here, I think the portion size have helped me the most, because when I've gone out on Fridays and I go, buy some chicken and some salad for M&S. After just having a chicken salad, I'm full, because it's not Bootcamp portions, it's real world portions in a way. I'm not saying I'm going out and having loads of rubbish or anything, but my stomach's adjusted, and that's what the food's helped me with the most, the portion size.
Yeah.
And the days we get protein, I I can really feel it. And I think that's what's so good. Obviously the portions are kept small, but you adjust to it. And then in a way it reaffirms yourself that, it doesn't, what is a small portion? No, that's probably a normal portion.
Yeah.
And
plates have got bigger, and some people think they need to fill that plate, don't they? So if, like what we use at Bootcamp is those side plates, which we fill. And how satiated do you feel most of the time? Yeah.
Your brain's got to catch up in a way, because your brain's like, oh, that don't look big. But then once you have it, your stomach's going, oh, that was plenty. So then your brain's got to start getting accustomed to, I guess, that's a normal portion size. That's what I need. And yeah, the food for the most part has been good. But because I'm an awkward bugger, sometimes I've left food which maybe I shouldn't. And
what definitely won't you eat when you go home that you've had here?
Buckwheat porridge. Yeah.
God damn.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if I had to go at doing it.
You're not going to, are you? Let's not lie. What will you definitely eat?
Definitely. I'm gonna definitely have some of these like stewy stuff they do. It's like a kale soup with like some chicken in it. And this one dish. I can't think of life me what it is, but it's just this like sweet potato with like cabbage and mix it all up. And just again, I've never really cooked for myself, and that's another thing I'm excited for, that I got to get the cookbook and try out some recipes and just give them a go. But I think for the first few months, I know what I need is just a bit of protein, some cauliflower rice, and some sweet potatoes, or actually not cauliflower rice and sweet potatoes. I kind of cancel each other out. Maybe just some veg and just stick to that, and don't have to get fancy with it. Just a bit of boring is nice sometimes.
Yeah.
And make sure I got my orange for my snack, because orange is
so sweet now to you, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is your treat.
It's my favorite snack.
When your palate adapts and you're peeling an orange and you smell it, and it's wow, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
Jules and Ricky have cooked for you for 12 weeks. Want to give them a shout out?
Yeah, thank you very much, Julie and Ricky. You've kept me going, literally, through the food. Because I experimented with not having food for a day or two, and my body soon told me that it's not the way to go.
No. Does not work. Fuel and information, which happens to taste nice.
Yes. Definitely.
Unless it's buckwheat porridge in your case.
Yes. Sorry.
And also, I think it's worth mentioning, as I don't think we've spoken about before, we're here now in our new podcast studio.
It's very nice.
Which we didn't mention at the start of the podcast, but I love it. It's a lot more comfortable and warmer than our previous location, which was a facility, which was a perpetual fridge. And we're in Paula and Craig's house. And I mean, so accommodating. It's their baby, it's their business, which you've experienced, which I work at. What a thing they've created. Yeah,
they've the things they put in place, it has changed my life. And I don't say that I don't know, I'm not saying that because they've asked me to say it. It has changed my life. It's changed my outlook on life. And yeah, again, when I see him now, when I obviously walk out the door, I will say thank you, because there's the things they put in place, the staff they brought in, the experts and everything, they've given me the environment and the tools to change my life. And I'm glad that I've taken it on board. And
amazing, isn't it? It's so, and it's hard to put into words really what they have created. I think it's just this, over time, it's just morphed into this thing, and they complement each other so well. And Craig brings something to the business that Paula doesn't, and Paula brings something that Craig doesn't, and they're just like this yin and yang. And it's just, it's changed so much since I've been here in this new Conquer Food program. It's just it's so powerful to be part of. Yeah, because it's just so, like, you just see so many people turn their lives around and go on to do unbelievable things. But I mean, we've got Kate at camp at the moment, who was a low camper, and she couldn't basically walk when she arrived, and she's come back now just to kind
today in the facility.
Unbelievable, isn't it? She's running a marathon, and we are going to do a podcast with Kate.
Oh, brilliant.
So I look forward to that one. So lastly, your mental health, we spoke about it last time. At that point, you would have been on antidepressants. So I don't mind bringing it up because I know we spoke about it. Explain that journey of your mental health and how that's changed.
Well, again, thanks to Smudge, he calls himself a sat-nav first as we're the drivers, but through his help with talking about some of the reasons why maybe I was on them, and also to yourself and the trainers for giving me the tools to train. Because the main reason I was on them was I wasn't happy with how I looked and how I felt about myself. And through the combination of you and Smudge, I was addressing it, and it was just one day, and it was a rash decision at first. I was getting ready to take my tablet, and I just thought, well, why am I taking this? I feel good. So I didn't. I think Bootcamp, they were very adamant that I should be weaning myself off because it's the medical thing to do. And for a couple of days, I was a bit funny because I was riding the wave. But no, it's been about maybe 6 weeks now. I'm taking antidepressants, and again, training is the best antidepressant that exercise is, and also acknowledging and working on yourself inwards. And yeah, I'm just so, again, I'm proud of myself because I've taken that leap, and yeah. And again, they've served their purpose because they got me here. That's the way I see it now. They were good for me to get me in some sort of headspace to make the decision to come here, but now I don't need them anymore. And that's, it's a pretty,
it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's such a powerful thing. And there were reasons why you needed them, and they did a job.
Yeah.
You've addressed those reasons. Now you're running on your own self-generated serotonin and newfound body and confidence and self-worth, really. And it's evident in just when I'm around you, you can see that, you can feel that energy and that shift. So not in 3 words, just as we, actually, drum roll, the weight loss. You've got one more way out to go.
Yeah.
But up until this point, how much weight have you lost?
So at the moment, I've lost 5.5 stone, or to be more exact, I think it's 79 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. So the way out tomorrow, I'd love to hit 6. It'd be great. But if I don't, for whatever reason, my body's not willing to let go of some of the little bit of extra weight, that's cool, because I'm going to get it next week. That's all that matters.
Amazing. That's a huge amount of weight, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think I was watching my podcast back last night as a bit of homework revision, and you said, I'm confident you lose 5 stone. So your prediction.
There we go.
True. Well,
Got weight in the bank as well, haven't you? Extra half stone.
Bit of extra change.
Right. Not in 3 words then while we wrap this up. Just briefly sum up the experience to you and what it means.
It's been everything. And the staff, the campers, just everything, they've helped me change my life, and I'll be in your debt forever. Yeah. Alex,
from all of us at Team Bootcamp, it's been an absolute pleasure
thank you,
to have you, and I do hope I see you again. I really do, and I'm sure we'll keep in touch. Yeah, and I hope everyone's enjoyed that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Alex.
Thank you.